And it has taken me years to unpack that. You don't need to be liked by all men. Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something super personal, something I've learned the hard way and I really wish I'd known sooner. This video is about how I stopped needing validation from men and how I took my power back. I know a lot of us struggle with this in different phases of our life, especially when it comes to dating and relationships. But I'm going to share how I freed myself from that cycle, and trust me, that shit is life changing. So let's start from the beginning. At some point in our lives, we've all felt that we're not enough unless someone sees something in us. Evaluating your mood or worth depending upon how much attention you're getting from someone, or trying to be someone that the other person wants you to be. Usually, behaviors like these go way back. I remember when I was 12 or 13 and I was in school, I carried some extra weight as a teenager, so body image was something I struggled with early on. Anyway, there was this one guy that I really liked in the other section, and I could tell that he liked me back as well. We used to flirt back and forth. So one day in a casual conversation, one of my really good friends asked him that why hasn't he asked me out already? To which he said, she's nice and pretty and all, but she's plump. Like it would be the end of his image in school if he would get attached to someone like me who was plump. By the way, this is the same guy who wrote, composed, sang the song outside of my class for me after I shed off the weight after a year or so. I was still a teenager, but something stuck with me. I felt flattered, sure, but I was also very confused. I realized how conditional male attention can be. That if I looked a certain way, then I'd suddenly be worthy of love, attention, songs. And without even realizing, that belief followed me into my adult life. It's wild how one experience can shape what you seek from men. So it subconsciously reiterated to me that I constantly had to earn validation through how I looked, how I spoke, or how perfect I was. And it has taken me years to unpack that, to realize that I'm not lovable because someone else chooses me. I am lovable because I choose me. And while there is nothing wrong with wanting to look good, but there's a big difference between self-improvement and self-abandonment, one that I didn't know for the longest time. I thought that I was leveling up. Deep down, I was just trying to be a version of me that somebody else would like. Not to say that I don't care about looking good. I still care about it. I love dressing up. I love wearing makeup, feeling fresh, feeling fit. I love all of that. But now, the energy is different. It's rooted in self-respect and not desperation. When you take care of yourself from a place of insecurity, it's never enough. There's always more weight to lose, more skin to clear, and more things to tweak in yourself. But when you do it from a place of self-love, your entire experience changes. It becomes empowering, not performative. Okay, so another story time, because I really want to drive home the fact that how our experiences can bring us to certain beliefs and how we need to unlearn these things so that we can become better versions. It's really important that you remember the instances that made you feel small or made you feel like you should be someone else so that you can take away its power. Just by acknowledging those instances, you release the resistance around it. Anyway, coming back to the story. So I was 21 at the time when I met my ex. I had really cute short hair. I'll try to attach a picture here for your reference. And I loved my hair. But he kept telling me from the beginning, like literally from the get-go, that I should have longer hair because he thinks they're better. Now, I didn't consciously make any decision until I realized much later on that I just started growing them out without even thinking. I think I really wanted to please him with how I looked, and I already looked good. Because he didn't accept me completely the way that I was at the time, I started growing my hair out so that it would please him more with how I look. Meanwhile, he was going through a hair phase himself where his hair texture was changing suddenly, it was getting frizzier and difficult to handle. And I literally couldn't care less at the time, but he was the one who kept commenting on my hair. I had completely accepted him through his hair phase because it wasn't even a thought in my mind that he should change, because why should he? And now I ask myself, why couldn't I offer myself the same level of acceptance? Did I internalize the idea that his preferences matter more than my own? That's what seeking validation does. It makes you change in small ways. Ways that seem really harmless in the moment, but they slowly chip away at your self-connection. Until you wake up as someone that you're not. You dim your light and you hope that you're just right enough for someone else. I still grow my hair or change my style, but it depends on my phases, my joy, my evolution. I have promised myself that the next time someone loves me, they will love the version that is most me, not the version that I slowly edited to fit their tastes. That was heavy. And the thing about male validation is it's easily available. It's literally everywhere. You step outside, you post a cute photo, you go to a cafe and make an eye contact, and it's there. That attention, that little hit, and for a second, it feels really good. You feel seen, you feel wanted, chosen. But then what? A few days pass, the attention shifts again, and you're left scanning again, wondering if you should post more, say less, show up differently. It becomes a cycle that feeds off you, drains your energy, puts you out of your softness, your focus. It puts you in effort mode, thinking that you have to actively do something to get something as basic as attention or validation. The truth is, not a lot of men think that deeply when they give you attention or validation. Let's acknowledge that it's not a sacred act. It's not always coming from depth, intention, or awareness. Sometimes it's just a surface level spark or a moment. That's it. And if you're watching this video, you're definitely pouring into your self-worth journey. And if you're investing in that journey, your healing, why would you trade that for a few days of external validation from someone who doesn't even necessarily see you beyond the surface level? I have now realized that I was leaking my energy away. Every time I dressed for someone else's gaze, I overanalyzed text, felt a rush when someone told me that I looked good, and crumbled when they didn't follow up with actions later on. I realized that I was giving parts of myself away for crumbles, literally. And the wildest part is when I took this energy and put it back into my own mindset, my work, my passions, my peace, it created this magnetic shift. Things started aligning for me, opportunities came my way, and my aura became really strong. I could feel it. I could call things easily to me because I wasn't in a chasing mode anymore. I was literally in a place where I felt abundant and I received my blessings with grace, and I'm co-creating my life with the source. I'm going to say something which you should write down because you're going to need to reread this again and again. Your magnetism isn't about how much people want you. It's about how little you need them to. I want you to close your eyes right now, and I'm going to close them too. I want you to ask yourself, if you gave yourself everything that you want to earn from them, how would you feel? If you give yourself everything that you seek from others in terms of attention, validation, acknowledgement, if you gave yourself that without needing it from others, would you feel content? Would you feel like you don't have a need to prove yourself to others? Would you just want to grow for yourself because you don't have any other reason to prove yourself to anyone else? I want you to ask yourself, where are you leaking your energy just to be seen, just to get some attention, some superficial validation, when you could be pouring that energy to create something unforgettable? How are you leaking that energy, and whom are you giving it to? Can you call it back to yourself? Imagine that energy coming back to you. This light that is coming back to you. And you're finally letting go of all the resistance that you're holding on to. You don't need someone's attention. You are already full. You're already worthy. You're already chosen by the universe. You are universe's child, and you don't need anybody's validation or attention to prove that you're worthy to receive all good things in life that you really deserve just by virtue of being yourself. Take a deep breath and let it out with a big sigh, releasing everything that you're holding on to and just accepting and honoring yourself as you are. Open your eyes. Don't you feel better? Just these last 2 minutes would have shifted something in you. Remember, if you practice this regulation and awareness again and again, then you can completely change your mindset and take your power back. Moving on, I really want to talk about the fact that We really don't need validation from everyone. You don't need to be liked by every guy or be understood by every person. That is not the goal. The goal is to be loved by the right people, the ones that meet you exactly where you are. And the best part about that goal is that you don't have to do anything other than to just be yourself. That is exactly what makes those people right for you. You don't have to play a character, you don't have to be smaller, bigger, prettier, quieter. You just get to be, and that's enough. And I think that's what real peace feels like. For the longest time, I wanted to be liked by everyone. I would often question myself if I was too loud or not charming enough. Now I look back and I think, why did I give so much power away? Why was I trying to be liked by everyone? Why was I trying to be someone that they wanted when half of the time I didn't even know whether I liked them? Make it make sense. You have to recognize that you don't have to audition for anyone's energy. You just have to stand in your own truth, share your energy, and whoever's meant for you will recognize that without you having to scream for it. You don't need to be liked by all men. No. You just need one. One who sees you and gets it. Who feels your essence and feels at home. That's it. Being wanted by 10 men who only see you on the surface, not for your quirks, your struggles, or your personality, is not the goal. Getting attention from guys who really don't show up for you in ways that matter, that's just noise. You just need a few people who value your self respect more than your people pleasing, who feel lucky to get to experience you. We often forget that love is not a numbers game or a popularity contest. You're not here to win over everyone. You just have to stand in your own truth. And when you meet your person, it will not feel like a performance. It will not feel heavy. It will not feel like you have to earn something to get their love and attention. It'll feel like home. It'll feel really calm. It'll feel like, oh, so this is what emotional safety feels like. So, my girls, stop worrying about who couldn't see your worth, who didn't text you back or ghosted you. That is not your person, I promise you. Your person is not going to ask you to be less. He'll just love you more. So, this was my journey of decentering male validation, embracing and loving myself as I am, accepting and loving myself regardless of the mistakes that I've made or the things that I've yet to achieve. And it has freed me in ways that nothing has before. Let me know where you are in your journey right now, and we'll hold space for each other regardless of wherever anyone's at. And I'll see you in my next video.